Okay, couple of real quick things, and this might generate a whole bunch of questions, but I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to share a screen. I'm going to talk about a couple of subjects all at one time, if y'all don't mind. Number one, I'm going to talk about something that needs to be done. Oh, I got to quit sharing this thing. I don't want to share that. I want to share the other screen. And where's that? I think it's right there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go back to that. Okay. I want to do something that I found that I need to teach even way ahead of time, and that even though it's not on your radar, a lot of people aren't in the business for a year yet. So you don't even think about renewals, and you don't really kind of think about your AutoSavers. But I'm gonna hit two things real quick, and I'm gonna show you how to do them. And for those of you that have renewals going on, I want you to pay attention. I want you to get to work this month on what I'm teaching you here right now. Okay, I want you to go to, and I didn't use mine because it's too many people. I got 13,000 people in my group, and it just takes too long to load. So I picked one in my group and went to their downline. And if you notice, I clicked on active and inactive. You need to have both of them up. Then you want to click on who will be renewing soon. And what it's going to do, it's going to give you a rolling count of those that are renewing soon. And it's a 30-day list. Now, the people who are renewing down here, like this one, that's January 7th enrolled. So the people that enrolled on the 6th, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st, they're all missing because they were on the previous days. If I would have looked on this on January 1st, they would have been here. So you got to do this at the beginning of the month. And the best way is to print your screen, okay? And you're going to have to do it in sections. And I'm going to show you what I did in just a second. But everybody needs to do this. And you need to start doing it before your renewals start. About a month, they need to get into this. It's going to say nothing. Then all of a sudden it's going to come up. So what you want to do is you want to get these screens done, and then you want to click on a person's name. And then you want to see you're going to have who their sponsor is, and you're going to what membership they have, and then what date they actually enrolled, February 8th. Okay. So I'm not worried about February right now. So we're looking for those that are all January right now, because that's all I want to concern myself with. And so I already did this, by the way. But what I want to show you is we pick a person, and you're going to find out what membership they have. And I have a note-taking technique that will save you a lot of time, and what date they enrolled and who their sponsor was, and if they're on AutoSaver or not. And then the last active date they were. So this person's on the 8th, okay? So that was December 8th. Well, we're coming up to January the 8th. They're on AutoSaver. They're probably going to get their coin, Elizabeth is, okay? So we go up, and the reason I want to show you this is there's 142 members that are going to be renewing for this person on the left and the right. Well, maybe her left side is her bank side. So she doesn't really, that's not something she wants to do a lot of homework with right now. So she just clicks on her right side. You click on your pay side. Now you have a lot less. You only have 64. Okay, you got 64 renewals coming up in the next 30 days. You do not want all those 64 renewals processing on February the 1st. Because if you do not have these people click on renew now, then they will all be renewed by the company on the 1st of the month following their renewal date. Then there you're going to have a lot of associates and a lot of coppers that they would have had points coming up during the week, and they'd have made a $250 check or a $500 check, and now they're going to have 1,500 points, and they're only going to get a $500 check. Shame on you leaders that allow that to happen. Because that person, they don't know. It's leaders have to teach this, and it's not being taught. I'm seeing it all the time. I'm seeing the more than 80% of all renewals, unless I have injected myself, are occurring at the 1st of the month following the renewal. So Todd, I'm trying to give you a forewarning. You got a big, huge group. Start training these people now. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to train big details, but people to now. What I want to do is let me stop my video from my blur in the background, and I will show you what I'm doing. None. Good. Okay. See, there's the print. Well, if you look on my little boxes, I write the date that they renew. That's their date. Now they can, and then this is up here is their username. I wrote it just in case I need to communicate with someone. And then what I did is I put points, either 50 or 150. So that's a renewal. So I've got everything I need to know. I don't have to go back to that downline report, and I can communicate with their sponsor and with them if I've got their contact information. And what I've been doing, and many of my leaders know that, and Hawaii, you pay real attention because y'all are coming up on renewal. And if y'all don't get this in hand, it's going to be all out of whack again. Now, the same thing occurs with AutoSavers. When you renew, when a person renews, they can change their AutoSaver date, because AutoSaver by default is on the 1st and the 15th now. It used to be only on the 1st, but shipping got too out of hand for the company to handle on one day. So they had to make it 2 days. Well, thank goodness for us. So if you enroll a person today and they are on their AutoSaver, they're going to be put on the furthest one away, they'll be put on the 1st. Now that's pretty good if they enroll today. If they enroll on the 14th of the month, they'll be put on the 1st. If they enroll on, in other words, it goes to the furthest date from the date that they enroll out of the 15th and the 1st. But not a lot of people want to have a coin coming in about 2.5 weeks after they just joined. So after you enroll a person, you go in and show them how to change their AutoSaver and set their AutoSaver to the furthest date from the date that they enroll. So if they enroll today, yeah, we'll put it on the 1st. But guess what? You're active for 32 days. I would come back to that person 2 days on the 8th, the evening of the 8th or the 9th, and I would say, hey, let's change your AutoSaver to the 8th. They're going to still be active because you're active for 32 days, not 30. Okay. AutoSavers, getting them on the 8th, 21st, and the 26th is an essential to learn how to teach and to work with and maintain activity. And then renewals. So let me do one thing more on renewals, and then I'm going to cut this training off. On renewals, what we have to do is, just like on AutoSavers, we go into our account, into profile, and you click on, I told y'all we get premium memberships on all of them, and you click on edit, and then you choose whichever membership you want. And by the way, you can still get a plus. Why is that there? Well, it's there so you can optimize your check if you want. Sometimes you might only need 100 points. Let me tell you something about renewals. You can renew anytime. Just if I joined yesterday, I can renew right now again, and another 150 points are posted. Now my membership is good until November 15th, 2023. If I click that button right now, even though it's not November, this is January, I will be renewed again, and it will be good. My membership is not due to renew until November 15th, 2023, instead of November 15th, 2022. Now you see why I'm trying to teach y'all about renewals, even though none of you are renewing yet. This is what I taught my groups as we were growing and building. You can renew now anytime. So if you are at that point in your commission checks, believe me, I have renewed some of our control centers a year early. Because if I only needed 100 points to make another $500 check, my renewal was free, and I didn't flush those points, or I didn't turn them into loyalty. I'd rather get a check than loyalty points. Now that's up to you. I just taught y'all all another management technique. I'm going to teach you a lot of them this year, and how to optimize your paychecks, how to teach your people how to optimize their paychecks. So that's what you're going to be getting this year. So I'm going to stop